capes danger prone? Or maybe some other Africans like Myers? Are they danger prone? Do they get in trouble? Do they get into accidents? You know, it's the strangest thing, but I keep hearing that. Hi, I'm Kaylin, the author of the Parrot Bond, and with me I've got my African Cape Macy, and we're talking to you in this video about African capes because African capes are one of my favorite citizens or parrots. Now, mind you, whoever I'm holding is my current favorite, but right now it's Macy. Now, I love African capes because they're so easy to live with, but people say that they're very danger prone, that they get into accidents, that they hurt themselves. Is that true? You know, I'm going to very simply tell you that I haven't had that experience. I'm not sure under what circumstances it happens. Like, I just have no information other than I see people say that. I see them say it in some videos. I see them say it in some groups. I really don't understand it. So as far as Quantum and Macy, my capes go, we haven't had that experience. Thank goodness. I think what you do need to know about African capes, probably two of the most significant things, is that this huge hook bill is not overgrown. African capes just naturally have this big, monstrous beak. Big, monstrous, powerful beak. In my experience, my African capes are very gentle with this big, monstrous, powerful beak. They've never bitten us, and if they did, I think they could do a lot of damage. It might be a good thing to have if anyone ever breaks into my house illegally. I'm gonna stick my cape and her beak on them. The second thing that you should know about African capes and this big, powerful beak, in case it's an ideal parrot that's so easy and wonderful to live with, and in case you're debating getting an African cape, you should know that they do require a lot of nut fat in their diet. In other words, that beak is that way because it's made for opening nuts. To my surprise, my capes don't do a good job with walnuts. Maybe they'll get better. But right now, they love opening pistachios and almonds as if it were nothing. They love eating walnuts, but for some reason, I guess this isn't a walnut cracker, at least not so far. But they do require that in their diet. So in addition to fresh veggies in the morning and pellets that they can eat all day, and of course fresh water, they also get supplemented with those nuts in their diet. Now, how many nuts should you give them? What's the right amount of fat? And you can also give them macaw mix. I lean towards the nuts because the macaw mixes have seeds in them. Seeds have a different kind of fat, and it's not necessarily the fat that these capes and your nut fat eating parrots are made for. Your nut fat eating parrots, try saying that 3 times fast, are going to be your African grays, your macaws, your capes, and also my golden conure. So how many should they have if you're giving them those nuts? You kind of want to monitor. I think that you don't want to give them endless nuts. I don't know if they would stop eating them because I never give them endless nuts. But what you want to monitor is your cape's weight. And the way that you're going to really, I think, most easily monitor their weight, you can weigh them using a gram scale because a gram scale is more precise than a regular ounce scale because I believe there are 28 grams to an ounce. So something that's 1.5 ounces, 2 ounces, that's going to be far less specific than 15 grams or 35 grams, that kind of thing. And so the grams are going to give you a far more precise measurement on such a small parrot that's, you know, that where those grams make a difference. Instead, one of the really good ways to measure your cape's weight is to measure their breastbone. Their breastbone is going to run right along here, and if Macy would stop moving, I'd be able to feel it. I don't know if she's, there we go. And when you feel it, you can kind of see to feel whether their breastbone feels, whether you can feel it, whether it really protrudes, or whether you can't really feel it. So here's what I mean by that. All right, I'm gonna put you down right here. Here you go. when you feel that breastbone, if the back of my palm were her chest, that bone's going to be right in here. If it sort of just blends and you can't exactly feel it, that's a great weight. If it's protruding and you can really feel on the sides, oh, she's underweight, or your parrot, he is underweight. That's something that you really need to be aware of, and it might be time to go to the vet. That may be too thin. And of course, there's everything in between, right? And then on the other hand, if you can't really feel the breastbone and you can kind of feel the meat or the fat, oh, your parrot might be a little overweight. It might be time to check their diet. Parrots are not supposed to eat seeds as a main part of their diet. As a matter of fact, and none of my parrots have a seed-based diet where seeds are their core diet. For all of them, their core diet is really a pellet-based diet. For most parrots, pellets should make up about 3/4 of their diet. The fats that they consume in their diet need to be really healthy fats. You need a nice mix of omegas so that, like us, they have a good balance of those omegas in their diet. And for that reason, I'm looking to see if I have any of my omega oil here, but I don't right here. For that reason, I will put some hemp oil onto the fresh vegetables for my nut-eating parrots. It's a really well-balanced oil that's going to give your parrot the omega balance that they need. It'll give them some of that supplement of the good healthy fat that'll help them stay on track. Even when we're talking about little parrots, like my parrotlets, a budgie, a cockatiel, a lovebird, those guys do require some seeds in their diet. They can still have some hemp oil, but even for them, stealing earrings is always on the menu, and it shouldn't be, but even for them, pellets should make up most of their diet because the pellets are formulated to give them everything that they need. Now, if you are like I am and you're like, you know what, I read those ingredients and the first ingredient is corn on a lot of those pelleted diets. I know, I hear you, but I've talked to my mentor about that. And although the pelleted diets aren't like phenomenal, and I sat and I actually compared the labels on so many pellets to try to see what's the best pelleted diet I can give my parrots. One of the things about all of these pelleted diets is that they really try to get all of the vitamins in, and if you looked at the list from A to Z of vitamins and minerals your parrot needs, it's not short. And they really provide a complete diet. So it's really important to make sure that you've got those pellets, that you know whether or not your clumsy African Cape or not clumsy Cape parrot, make sure that they're getting those pellets, they're getting that nut-based fat, and their fresh veggies, which you can supplement with hemp oil. Thank you for joining Macy and I in this video. Please be sure to like and share the video so that you can help us keep buying pellets and maybe help us get a farm one day. And please comment below if you have any questions or anything that you would like for us to talk about regarding your citizen or your parrot. Until next time.